All right, let's talk about a sneaky little trap that can absolutely poison a good conversation. It's a move that takes a really productive debate and turns it into a personal fight. And today, we're going to figure out exactly how to spot it and, more importantly, how to deal with it.
I mean, think about it for a second. You've definitely been there, right? You're in a discussion, maybe it's online, maybe it's with family over dinner, and things are going fine. You're making your points, they're making theirs. And then, bam! Out of nowhere, it's not about the topic anymore. Suddenly it's about you.
And this is that exact moment. It's like a fork in the road. On one side, you have a totally productive point. Hey, I disagree with your data. Check out this other study. That's how good arguments work. But then there's the other path. You're just too young to get it. See what happened? The actual argument got tossed out the window and it just became a personal jab.
Now that shift, it's not just someone being rude, although it is rude. It's actually a known flaw in logic. It has a name. It's called a logical fallacy. And it's a tactic people use, sometimes without even realizing it, to completely derail a conversation.
And that name is the ad hominem fallacy. It's Latin for to the person, which is, a perfect description. Instead of dealing with the facts or the logic or the actual substance of what you're saying, the other person just attacks you. It's a classic dodge. It's a way to avoid the real issue entirely.
I love this analogy because it is spot on. It really is like tackling the player instead of the ball. In any good game or a good argument, the goal is to engage with the ball, right? The idea. An ad hominem, though, that's a cheap shot. You ignore the ball completely and just try to take out the other player. It doesn't score you any points. It just stops the game cold. Okay, so we know what it is, but why does it matter so much? Because knowing this isn't just some trivia for a debate club. It's a critical thinking skill that helps you see when you're being manipulated. Look, this trick is so common because, honestly, it works. It's a fantastic way to derail a conversation that's not going your way. It's a smokescreen to hide the fact that you can't actually argue against the evidence. By making it personal, the attacker is hoping to make you look bad. So maybe, just maybe, your argument will look bad too.
All right, so let's get practical. How do you actually catch this happening in the real world? It's actually way easier than you might think. I'm going to give you a quick little guide for your mental toolbox. First, just listen for that shift. Your ears should perk up the moment the topic changes from what we're talking about to who is doing the talking. Second, ask yourself, is this comment actually about the logic of the argument? Or, and this is step 3, is it about something totally disconnected, like their job or where they're from or how they're dressed? If it's the latter, ding, 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 you've probably spotted an ad hominem.
But hold on, you might be wondering, does this mean any personal comment is a fallacy? And that's a really good question, because no, not always. There's a really important distinction we need to make here.
It all boils down to one word: relevance. For instance, pointing out that a CEO stands to make millions from a product, that is absolutely relevant when they're talking about its safety. That's a potential bias. But saying you can't trust them because they have bad fashion sense, that's got nothing to do with anything. It's completely irrelevant. One is a valid critique, the other is a pure ad hominem attack.
So let's wrap this all up. What's the big takeaway here? It's pretty simple, actually. Learning to spot these personal attacks is a huge step toward becoming a sharper, more effective thinker.
At the end of the day, here's the principle to live by. The best arguments can stand on their own 2 feet. A great idea is a great idea. It doesn't matter who it comes from. And a terrible argument is still terrible, even if it's made by someone you admire. When you train yourself to focus on the ball, the argument itself, all those cheap shots and personal attacks just bounce right off you.
So, I'll just leave you with this challenge. The next time you find yourself in a debate, watch out for that shift. And when you see it happening, ask yourself, how are you going to be the one to keep the focus on the ball, not the player?